So Real Broker gives its agents some pretty amazing benefits. Everything from cutting edge technology to a fantastic community, a really positive culture, to some very high level training. And I'd say that team leaders actually get even more benefit here at Real than solo agents do. So today I'm going to break down what I think are the 10 biggest benefits for team leaders running a team at Real Broker. But real quick, my name is Malcolm Lawson. I'm a real estate agent here with Real Broker. And if you're looking for a sponsor into the company or just want to learn more about Real Broker, I'd be more than happy to hop on a one-on-one video call with you, talk to you more about your business, talk to you about Real Broker, and see if it'd be a good fit for you or not. I have a link to my calendar down below where you can schedule a one-on-one video call. So the first benefit to team leaders at Real Broker is going to be agent training. So as a team leader, training your agents to get them in production or to produce more can be a good ROI on your time. However, it may not always be the best and the highest ROI on your time. Sometimes going on those listing appointments yourself or recruiting more agents to your team or your downline at Real may be a better use of your time. And at Real, you get to leverage the training and the community that Real provides to free up more of your time. So Real Broker currently has over 170 online classes that your team will get instant access to as soon as they join Real, and that database of classes is constantly growing. And most of these classes are from producing and elite agents at Real. Real also has 20 to 30 live stream trainings every single week that your team members will have instant access to, including several weekly or monthly masterminds. The masterminds that we have here are my favorite thing. There's several weekly masterminds about video and social media where it's 40, 50, 60 agents hop on a Zoom call and they all mastermind about a specific topic, and these are open to everybody. I personally host a monthly mastermind all about YouTube, open to everybody in the company. Many times we review people's YouTube channels, give them feedback on their channels. So your agents will have access to all of the masterminds, all the live streams, and all the classes that Real Broker offers. Now there's a couple different ways that you can leverage these classes. First off, you could just be the source of the source. So if an agent comes to you with a question, hey, how do I host a buyer's consultation? You can then send them to the training about buyer's consultations. Another approach is that you could have required training for your team members. So require anybody who joins your team must take this class, and this class. Another thing I've seen team leaders do is tell everybody this week we're all gonna take this one class, and then you host a mastermind for your team where you kind of mastermind about what you learned in that class and talk about how you can actually apply that to your business. Now, it's really hard to quantify the quality of training that we have here at Real, but I do want to stress that it is all very high quality training from some of the top producing agents around North America. At most brick and mortar companies, when you get training from the agents in the company, usually those agents are getting some kind of discount on their cap, or there's really peer pressured into giving that training to the company, or they're trying to recruit people to their team. And there's also sort of a financial disincentive for them to really give the best quality training that they can, since everybody at the training can directly compete with them in their market. At Real, it's completely different. We all own stock in this company, especially the top producing agents who get the $24,000 a year in free stock for hitting elite agent. So we actually have a financial incentive to provide the highest quality training that we can to the entire company. So I just want to stress that some of the training that your agents will be getting here at Real is going to be some of the highest quality training in the entire industry. The next benefit to team leaders at Real is going to be agent support. So agent support is another task that often takes up team leaders' time, and it may not always be the highest ROI of their time. Now, in my opinion, I think Real Broker offers excellent support, and we actually have several different levels of support depending on what you or your agents are looking for. So I'd say that the first level of support is going to be calling or emailing support directly. So Real Broker has a 24/7 call center for support, and this number is in every agent's app. We also have excellent email support as well for issues that are not quite as urgent. And so I think that the phone and email support is great for sort of back-end questions about your accounts, about your money, about your revenue share, and about Real's policies as well. Level 2 support, I'd say, is your broker. So if you have general questions about the contract, you have questions about your state's policies and regulations, your broker is going to be the person to go for that. And again, in your app, you're given your broker's contact information, email address, and phone number. So you can call, email, or text your broker with any local or state-specific questions. Now, every single house that you get under contract In that file, there's also a chat dialog with your broker that's automatically open. So you have a specific question about a specific file, you can comment and get a chat dialog going with your broker for that specific file. So the third level of support for your agents, I would say, is Workplace. So Workplace is great when your agents have questions about how to build their businesses. So if they want to see some other people's listing presentations or questions about lead generation or lead conversion or how to handle a buyer's objective, Workplace is the place to go for that. We have a fantastic community and a really positive and supportive culture here at Real Broker, and a lot of agents are more than happy to share all their knowledge about how to run a successful business within Workplace. Now, each state also has a state-specific group within Workplace. So if your agents have state-specific questions, or they're looking to hold open houses for other agents, or looking for recommendations on home inspectors or title companies, you can post those in your state-specific group and get support on statewide issues that way as well. Workplace really is a fantastic resource and really do have a very positive and sharing culture and community here at Real. Now, the fourth level of support that Real offers is going to be different online resources for agents. So we have multiple FAQ and written guides, as well as video tutorials and video guides on how to do all sorts of things at Real. So if you need questions on how to use Workplace, or how to use Chime, or how to set up this account, or how to enter in a transaction, we have video tutorials on all of those things, as well as written tutorials as well. So you have access to all this types of training and resources for your agents. So by leveraging the support that Real Broker offers, you're going to be providing more value to your agents than if you were trying to do all the support yourself. And it's going to be freeing up more of your time for more of those high-level tasks in your business. So the next benefit is going to be access to cutting-edge technology for both you and your team members. Real Broker has some of the best technology in the entire industry. In fact, in 2023, they won the Inman Innovator of the Year award for their technology and their innovation. Access to this technology is going to be a major value add to your team members. Currently, there's 5 major pieces of technology that you get access to as a Real agent, and there's even more technology in the pipeline coming out later on this year. So the first piece of technology you're going to get access to is going to be the Agent app. So this has completely changed how I run my business. If you talk to any real estate coach, they're going to tell you the first thing that you need to know is your numbers. And this Agent app gives you full transparency on your business, shows you all the numbers for your business this year as well as previous years. So right on the homepage, you can see your total commission for the year, how many transactions you have, how close you are to capping, how many agents are in your downline, how much revenue share you've earned, and how much free stock that you've earned in the company. In the app, you can also open up any transaction you have under contract or previously closed and see where that transaction is in the closing process, see all the details of that transaction, including what your commission is going to be, including the co-op agent's contact information, the title company's contact information, and you can even open up the chat dialogue with your broker that I was telling you about for every transaction right in your app and start a conversation texting your broker for a specific transaction. And this has been huge for me, having all that data on every transaction right on your phone, and really just being able to see the title company's contact information and the co-op agent's contact information has been a game changer. When I have an issue, I can pull it up and get on the phone immediately with the title company or the co-op agent. In the app, you also have a support tab, including the number to the 24/7 call center I mentioned earlier. Now, as a team leader, you probably also focus on revenue share, and you can see all the data about your downline and revenue share in the app, including every single agent in your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and all of their contact information. You can also see how much revenue share you earned last month and how much you projected to earn this month. Now, within the Agent app, you also have access to Real Academy. So all that training that we mentioned before, your agents can access that all on their mobile phones. And this is really helpful if you want to listen to a class or a live stream while showing properties or going on a long drive. You also have access to Real Signature. This is their e-sign technology that they rolled out with just a few months ago. So very similar to DocuSign or DigiSign. So if you want to write a contract on your phone, you can. If you have an addendum, you just need a quick signature on it from your clients, you can type that up and send it to your clients all right on your phone. The next piece of technology that Real gives you is Rezen. So Rezen is their online desktop dashboard where you have access to all the same tools and data as your mobile app. This is also where you're going to enter in contracts and all the details of the contracts and assign PDFs to different files for your broker to review them. Some tasks are just easier to do and see on a desktop versus mobile, so you have access to all that same data and tools right here on your computer. The next piece of technology is going to be Workplace, and again, you can access this on your desktop or on your computer. And Workplace was created by Facebook, so it looks very similar to Facebook, but it's only people within your organization that have access to it. So in here, you can ask any kind of question that you may have about your business. You can share accomplishments, share videos, you can see live streams and live training and get updates from leadership. Every state will also have a workplace group for your state-specific questions, and it has a messenger feature so you can start a direct conversation with anybody in the company. Now you also get access to Chime. Chime, in my opinion, is one of the most powerful CRMs and websites in the entire real estate industry. It typically costs $500 a month, so that's $6,000 a year. If you're a member of Real Broker, you can get it for $40 a month. Now they did make Chime optional instead of mandatory, and I actually really like that feature that they made it optional because they understand that some agents already have a CRM or a website that they really like and they don't want to give up. But I would strongly encourage you to really look into Chime. Some of the automation and the AI text bots are fantastic. When a lead registers on my website, for example, the Chime AI will start texting them on their phone and start asking them a series of questions, and it can set them up on automatic property alerts. And eventually the Chime will give me a summary saying, hey, this lead is looking to buy in the next 3 to 6 months. They're looking $500,000, $800,000 homes, looking for a waterfront and in these cities. So they kind of pre-qualify your leads for you and collect all this data for you. So then the next step for you is to hop on a phone call or video call with that lead. Chime has some very robust smart plans for your different leads and clients, including mailers. So you can put all your past clients in there, set them up on a smart plan that maybe every quarter you send them a postcard or a letter automatically. Chime is also fully integrated with Facebook ads and Google ads, and they run a lot of campaigns all across the country so they know what ads work best. So through Chime, you can choose whether you want to have the buyer leads or the seller leads, and they already know what type of ads to run for your website. Now, if you want to take a deep dive into Chime, you can actually go to their website, chime.me, and request a free demo from one of their techs where they take you and do a very high-level overview of all the features and tools that Chime offers. The next piece of technology is going to be Real Academy. So Real Academy is their collection of over 170 online classes and where all the live streams are streamed and housed. And as a Real agent, you get instant access to all the classes that they have at the Real Academy. Personally, I've put up classes in there about how to use YouTube for lead generation in your real estate businesses. I also host a monthly mastermind all about YouTube where we often will review agents' channels, give them feedbacks on their channels. And you can find all of my past masterminds and live streams housed at Real Academy. They have training series on everything from new agent training to team leader training to online marketing training to social media training. You can find all of that here in the Real Academy, and you can access this on your mobile phone as well as desktop. And Real Broker is rolling out with a consumer app later on this year. Now the consumer app is a little bit different than most consumer apps. This one is going to be giving your clients a roadmap of where they're at in the transaction and give them real-time updates of what steps you're at and what steps still need to be completed before you can close on the transaction. Now what they compare this to is that there's pizza apps out there that show the entire process of your pizza being made and boxed and then out for delivery and then finally delivered to you. They want to create an app like that with the home buying process so your consumer can see exactly where they're at in the transaction, give them full transparency and education, and really help alleviate a lot of the anxiety and stress with buying a home. I love the idea. I love the agent app that they've developed, and I have a lot of confidence in the tech team at Real and in leadership at Real. Now, the next benefit for a team leader at Real is going to be revenue share for the team leader. So any agent that you bring into the company, whether they're on your team or not, you will collect revenue share on them. So any agent that names you as your sponsor will be in your tier 1, and you'll collect 5% of every commission that they close until they cap. So if they're fully capping agent at $12,000 a year, you'll get $4,000 a year for any agent in your tier 1. Now, if you bring your team to Real and you have a standard team at Real where your team members have a half cap of $6,000 instead of a full cap, That means you'll get 5% of every transactions until they cap, with a maximum of $2,000 a year for each capping agent. So if you bring 10 agents with you as part of your team, that means you have an additional stream of income in the form of revenue share of $20,000 a year if all 10 agents cap. But it gets even better than that. If any of your 10 agents that you brought into the company bring an agent into the company, and let's say they're a full cap of $12,000 a year, that agent is going to be in your tier 2, and you get up to $3,200 a year for that tier 2 agent. So pretty quickly, that additional stream of income that you generate from revenue share can grow into something pretty substantial. And if any of your team members decide that they're ready to move on and become a solo agent and they stay with Real, well, now they've got a $12,000 cap, which means that your revenue share for them being your tier 1 will be $4,000 a year. Now, quick side note, at Real, there are rules against running paid ads to recruit agents to Real for the purpose of you generating revenue share. However, there is a bit of a loophole. If you are a team leader, you can run ads to recruit agents to your team. And by them joining your team, they're going to be in your downline as well, and you can collect revenue share on them, whether they stay on the team or not. Now, the fifth benefit for team leaders at Real is going to be revenue share for your team members. So even though your team members are on a half cap, if they bring in any agents who are on a full cap, your team members will still get that full revenue share. So let's say your team members, just through the course of buying and selling homes and having conversations with every co-op agent that they have, they bring in 2 to 3 capping agents into their downline. Well, that's $8,000 to $12,000 a year of additional income that those agents are going to make. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different ways to structure a team, but quite often newer agents are attracted to teams to kind of get that mentorship and get some leads. And for a lot of newer agents, receiving an extra $8,000 to $12,000 a year is huge. That is very significant money for a lot of agents. That is a car payment right there, right? That is an extra vacation for their family. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different ways to structure teams, but quite often newer agents are often drawn to teams to get that mentorship, get their feet wet, and get some leads for their businesses. And as a team leader, if you can kind of coach your agents to help them build out a downline, this is going to tremendously help with your agent retention on your team, which is often a huge concern of a lot of team leaders. In the industry, we call this a golden handcuffs. Right? If your agents are receiving $8,000 to $12,000 a year in revenue share, they are far more likely to stay on your team and stay with Real. So giving your agents access to additional streams of income like revenue share can have a huge impact on your agent retention and make your life a lot easier as a team leader. Now, the sixth benefit is going to be free stock for your team members. Now, as a team member, you can't hit elite agent. You have to pay a full cap in order to hit elite agent, but there's still 3 other ways that your team members can earn free stock in the company. The first one is simply by capping. When they pay that $6,000 a year, Real Broker will give them free stock in the company. Now, the second way that your agents can earn free stock is through agent attraction. When they bring in an agent into the company who names them as sponsor, when that agent closes their first transaction, the sponsor gets free stock in the company. Now, the third way is by buying stock directly out of your commission. Currently, Real Broker will give you up to 30% free bonus stock on top of the stock that you buy directly from your commission. Now, all the free stock that Real gives to its agents has a 3-year vesting period. So the agent has to be in good standing with Real for 3 years before they can actually withdraw that free stock. So again, this goes back to the golden handcuff principle. This is going to help with agent retention in the company and help with agent retention on your team. Now, one final note on this one. I don't know about you, but I think that cloud brokerages are the future of the real estate industry. My prediction is that 5 years from now, over 50% of the agents in this industry are going to be working on a cloud brokerage. So owning stock in any cloud brokerage right now, I think is going to be a fantastic investment. And I think that you're really helping your agents out by helping them invest in their futures and in their financial success. The seventh benefit is going to be low caps and fees for your agents. Now, Real Broker is not trying to be the cheapest brokerage in the real estate industry. We're not going after that title, but Real Broker is much more affordable than the vast majority of brokerages out there. And a $6,000 cap for a team member is some of the lowest caps that you're going to find in the entire industry. Now, if a team member is giving you as a team leader 25 to 50% of their commissions, having a very low cap of only $6,000 is going to make that pill much easier to swallow and make this much more sustainable. At the end of the day, the more money that you can save your agents, the more money that ends up in their pocket and stays in their pockets, the better it is for your agent retention on your team. And having higher agent retention, having experienced agents on your team, is going to save you a tremendous amount of time and headaches in training and supporting those agents. So number 8 is going to be flexibility in team structure. So Real Broker, they actually have 3 different types of teams they can choose from. Now the first one is domestic team, which is typically a husband and wife, or maybe a father and a daughter. If you're a family member, you can act as a domestic team and really just have one cap and essentially act as one agent at the company. Real Broker also has a standard team, which is what you're probably most familiar with a team, where you have a team leader and you have team members. The team leader has a full cap of $12,000 a year. Team members have a half cap of $6,000 a year. And this is probably the most common team structure that you see in the industry. Now, there are some requirements around this type of team. The team leader has to do at least $5 million in volume in the previous 12 months to be a team leader. Now, the third type of team is what they call a marketing group. And so a marketing group, every member of the team pays a full cap. But there are no real restrictions or requirements, and your team agreement is not held on file with Real Broker. Now, marketing groups can also expand across state lines, so you can have a national marketing group. So why would you want to structure your team in this way versus a standard team? Well, if you have really high producing agents on your team and you think that several of them can hit the elite agent status and get the $24,000 in free stock, you may want to structure it as a marketing group so they each have a full cap. Now, with the marketing group, you can get really creative with your business model. So for example, if you wanted to start some sort of coaching program, you create a marketing group and maybe your agents pay a flat fee every month and you get access to exclusive masterminds and training. Or if you want to start a referral network, you create a marketing group and only refer agents out to people in your referral network. If you want to run Facebook ads, you do something similar. Or if you just want to brand yourself as a national company, you can do that with a marketing group and agents across the country. Sometimes agents may want to just share expenses and collaborate with other agents. So if a group of agents all wanted to rent out an office space together or share in an admin or run ads together, they could do that as a marketing group. One idea that I personally had was to start a YouTube channel for the entire state of Maryland and create a marketing group within Maryland to refer out all the leads all across my state. So you have a lot of flexibility with a marketing group and you have the ability to get creative with it. Now, one big benefit to having a team at Real is it makes it much easier for you to expand your team across your state. So let's say you were with a franchise brokerage, for example, and you wanted to expand and cover your entire city with agents all across the city. Well, most of those agents are going to be working at different franchise offices around the city, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours apart from each other. And each of those market centers are going to have different caps, different splits, different fees, and different processes. And it very quickly can become a logistical nightmare to try to expand the territory that your team covers. But with Real, you have one broker for the entire state. So you could easily expand your agents all across the city and all across your state, and you still only have one broker between all of you, and it's all the same splits, same fees, and same process for them. And this is a huge benefit if you really want to expand the territory that your team covers. The next benefit is going to be that it's easier for team leaders to hit elite agent. So when you hit elite agent at Real Broker, they give you up to $24,000 worth of free stock in the company. And that is a huge incentive. And that $24,000, if you count that as cash, that is going to negate all of the expenses and cap that you paid to Real in order to get to elite agent status. In fact, you're going to be in the green. So if you hit elite agent, it effectively is going to cost you $0 to be an agent at Real. And as a team leader, it's going to be even easier for you to hit elite agent. So the requirement to hit elite agent is that first you must cap. Now, to cap at 15% of every commission, most agents takes about 5 to 6 transactions, depending on the price of those transactions. After you cap, you have to pay $6,000 in post-cap transaction fees. Now, the transaction fee is $285 per transaction, so this works out to 21 transactions after you cap. Or you can look at it that you need to close 26 to 27 deals a year to hit elite agent, and after you hit elite agent, your transaction fee for all the transactions after that gets reduced to $100 per transaction. Now, here's the secret though. A portion of your team members' transaction fees will count towards your $6,000 a year transaction fee cap. So let's say you take 50% of every commission that your team members close. That means 50% of their transaction fee counts towards your $6,000 in post-cap transaction fees. So for example, instead of you closing 26 to 27 deals a year, you could close 10 deals, and then take 50% of 21 deals that your team members close, and that would be enough for you to hit a lead agent and get $24,000 worth of free stock. And so this is gonna make it a lot easier for team leaders who are trying to reduce their production to still hit a lead agent. Now the next benefit is gonna be access to joint venture opportunities. So Real Broker gives its agents several different streams of income that they typically would not have access to at other brokerages, and joint venture is one of those opportunities. So Real Broker has its own cloud-based title company, which they're currently rolling out nationally. And when this title company is available in your state, you have the opportunity to invest in shares of this title company. So why would you want to do this? Because if your team exclusively use this title company, you will share in the profit of that company. Real Title pays out JV profits quarterly, and currently agents are seeing about a 5x ROI on their initial investments. Now, there are limits to how many shares an agent can invest into their title company, but as a team leader, you're going to have the ability to invest in more shares than a solo agent. The number of shares available to you kind of scales up with the number of volume that your team does. And so this JV opportunity can also turn into a pretty significant additional stream of income into your real estate business, especially as Real Broker and Real Title continue to grow. So if you think that Real Broker would be a good fit for you and your team, I'd love to hop on a one-on-one video call with you, talk to you more about your business, talk to you more about Real, see if it'd be a good fit for you or not. I have a link down in the description below to my calendar. Just pick a date and a time that works for you, and you and I can hop on a completely free, no pressure call where I can answer all of your questions about Real. And if you haven't seen my interview yet with Sharon, the president of Real Broker, you can check that out right here. I thought it was a great interview. Sharon really goes over his vision for Real Broker and where he wants to take this company into the future. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.